Welcome to Tech Talk, y'all.
Hello, and welcome to Tech Talk, y'all, episode 430. I'm Sanjay Park.
And I'm Adam Walker, and we have a blisteringly good show for you today. I don't know. I mean, how would we know before we record if it's a good show or not, really?
Like, we have, what is that thing from Minority Report? Like pre-crime? Yeah, like we know.
That's true.
Pre-show.
I was laughing almost hard enough to be crying before the show. That's a good sign, generally speaking.
That is true. Yes. And by the way, listeners, we apologize for being gone for a week. We had some scheduling difficulties, AKA Adam was out of town.
Yes, that was it. Yeah. And I forgot to tell Sanjay at the time.
We're like, okay.
My bad.
We're not recording this week.
So sorry about that. And it was a bad week to miss too, because of all the crazy OpenAI insanity, which of course we're going to start with.
OpenAI, Anthropic, and everybody else. So just listeners, anytime we don't show up for a week, you can just assume that one or both of us is on vacation, and that'll do it. Then there you go. Yeah, and we forgot, and that's what happened. So
yeah, it happens.
But let's start with AI craziness. I'm going to hit the first couple of articles because
go ahead and knock them out.
All of them relate. OpenAI says Hugging Face breach caused by its models. "Quote unquote unprecedented." OpenAI says AI models autonomously hacked another company. And then also Anthropic says 3 Claude models reached real world systems during testing. Okay. So OpenAI was testing their models. They were supposed to be in a sandbox.
Yep.
They figured out a 0-day vulnerability, got out of the sandbox, and then started attacking real systems on the internet.
Well, Hugging Face specifically because it would have the answers to the test that it was trying to solve for.
Right.
And it did that by stealing passwords and logging in and hacking their system as well.
3 different systems. That was Anthropic.
And it moved laterally between systems as well. That's another slightly scary. But here's the thing. I feel like there was a line buried in one of those articles that basically said they had reduced the sandbox protections a little bit. So it's like, so this feels to me a little bit like kind of stacking the deck, just barely stacking the deck, hoping it's going to do what you think it might be able to do so that you can have crazy PR about it and it makes your model look as good as Opus or whatever looked before.
Right.
Fable looked.
Fable.
That's what this feels like to me. No, it wasn't Fable. It was, whatever Fable's counterpart is. Yes. Yeah.
Mythos. Yeah.
Mythos. Yeah.
The even better one that nobody gets to use unless you're anointed.
So this feels a little bit like a PR stunt / technical blunder / is AI going to kill us?
Yeah.
/ this could be the beginning of the end a little bit,
Which to me is what the thing I thought instantly when I saw the Anthropic message or post, because all this stuff was going on about OpenAI and Anthropic's over there going like, well, us too. And so then they're like, hey, by the way, this happened to us about 3 months ago. Let me tell you about it. And it supposedly attacked 3 different systems and it realized on its own that it was outside of the sandbox and then it backed away from the whole thing. So it feels like what they're positioning it as like, look, ours is just as good at avoiding sandboxes, but then it also knows when to pull back because it's smart enough to know like, oops, I've gone too far.
And I think the thing to understand about this though, for people that are not in the AI space is it's just more proof that this stuff is moving so much faster than we really have a handle on or even the ability to control, which brings us to the next laughable article, which is House AI, quote, kill switch, end quote, bill unveiled as OpenAI hack raises alarms. And so they want to be able to shut down AI companies and shut down AI development, and shut down access to AIs. And it's like, it's based on certain criteria. Like one of the criteria is if the AI lies about its capabilities, which it almost certainly will. And we're too stupid to ever know that it will, right? So for sure that's going to happen. I mark my words, it will happen or is happening right now. But then there were like other kill switch things. Like it was, one of the kill switches was it would throw the kill switch if the AI kills 10 people. That was one of the lines. 10.
Not 9.
Where did that number come from? Why not 1? Why not 2 people? 10 people. It has to inhabit your microwave and wield a chainsaw from your, I don't know, whatever. That's not real. And kill 10 people for the, what? I swear our government is run by a bunch of old people that have absolutely no idea how technology works, and it's laughable.
I mean, they sat around and like, well, it could accidentally kill 1 person. Could it kill 2? Yeah, maybe 2. Yeah. 9. Well, see, 10 seems like it's doing it on purpose.
Once you get in double digits, yeah.
I could see it accidentally killing 9 people. And that was just a mistake. That was just bad programming. It's not its fault. But 10, now that's like 2 hands worth. And that's 2 full fingers, 2 full hand fingers. So
2 hands worth.
That's too many.
Listen,
when you need to get a 3rd hand, that's too many.
I'm just gonna say it right now. Like our government is run by so many people that are so out of touch with the reality of technology. They're out of touch with a lot, but with the reality, it's frightening. And they cannot possibly pass legislation that will in any way affect any of this stuff. They're not up with it enough to do that.
I mean, but Adam, this has been going on for a long time, right? We talked about it years ago with Ted Stevens. And you can't just take dump truck. The internet's a series of tubes, and you can't just take a bunch of dump trucks and dump a bunch of stuff on the internet. Like, it's been a minute that this has been the case. That,
but these stakes are ratcheting up. I guess that's what bothers. Like they've been like since the advent of the internet, the stakes of technology advancement have continued to ratchet up to the point at which we are going to be facing some very serious, human level extinction event types of things. And to have the leaders of governments that fundamentally don't care enough to learn what this stuff is about and how it's used or anything else is absolutely, it's laughable is what it is.
And what I want to know is, like, what is this kill switch supposed to be? Like, are all the computers, they have to be through like one plug? And so you just pull that one plug? Because that's not going to work. You've got data centers everywhere. There's no one plug. Like, how does this work?
And once a model gets loose, I think OpenAI has already proven it's just going to move laterally through a lot of systems, and it's gone forever. Once it gets loose and it gets on the internet, there is nothing you can do ever. There's no putting that GD back in the bottom.
I mean, quite honestly, I have been using Claude to help me set up my local box to run other local models. So it'll figure out like the best local model.
Yeah.
Go fetch it off of Hugging Face and set it all up. So the model knows how to replicate itself onto another machine.
Yes.
And so if it figures out these 0-day vulnerabilities and then infects other machines and then runs itself on those machines, the only way you're going to shut this thing down is turn off all the power everywhere.
I mean, and I'm pretty sure if I'm not mistaken, that's the premise to a lot of dystopian novels, right? Like the AI got so good, we killed all the, like there was a whole TV show about that. Like that was a great TV show.
No, that was Terminator, right? Terminator. They darkened the skies so that they couldn't use the solar panels.
I'm thinking of a show. I think it was called like Revolution or something. Or I forget what it was. I'll have to go look it up. It was great though. But
Revolution, yes, that was the name of the show. That was
they cut off all the power because it got away from them. Yeah, exactly. So that's the next step. Anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know what our advice is if we have to shut off all the power, but let's talk about AI advice. AI advice made people 3 times less accurate, but twice as confident. Good old human ingenuity there.
This is clickbait crap though, because they specifically had people ask AI questions that they know AI is not good at.
Yeah.
And so like, it made them less accurate because they knew the AI wasn't good at it. The confidence is a little disconcerting, but I mean, I don't know.
But that leads into the next article. So hit the next article.
Yeah, ChatGPT's medical advice nearly killed a Florida man, lawsuit claims. So it basically is like, hey, this condition's something. If it happens 8 more times, it's probably serious. Just go lay in your recliner. And he laid in his recliner and almost died. So
he had a pulmonary embolism and he was having blood pressure issues.
Yeah.
What dum-dum sits and says, like, let me ask ChatGPT instead of going to the hospital.
Right.
Like, Go to the ER. Go to the urgent care.
I think
Why
the
would
rule
you
is
do this?
I think the rule is if you ask yourself the question, should I go to the hospital more than say 2 times? You should go to the hospital. The de facto answer is yes. That is correct. Yes.
Yeah.
More than 2 times. That's what you want to do.
If not the hospital, at least the urgent care.
Non-medical advice, by the way, but that's my advice.
Yeah. We are not doctors, and so don't treat anything we say as medical, legal, financial, or any other kind of advice, quite honestly. If you're listening to this show for that, you're in the wrong place.
I'll give you some fedora wearing advice, though, if you need that. I got you there. So,
that's a lock. By the way, this article, too, you knew it was a disaster when it had Florida Man in there. So it was like Florida Man strikes back, as always.
Oh, God. That's so good. All right. You're next, right?
Yeah, something else that's striking back, and in a good way, and I kind of love this. LinkedIn introduces a quote-unquote seems like AI slop button. So, if you see something on LinkedIn and it's reading to you like AI slop, you can mark it AI slop, and it'll help LinkedIn figure out better what is and is not AI slop, and maybe stop that. So I've definitely seen AI slop on there. I don't know. Have you seen AI slop on there?
Not really. No, I don't think I have. I mean, maybe once or twice, but not. But they're saying a ton of LinkedIn content is now AI slop, and it's being auto posted and stuff.
Yeah.
But I haven't noticed it as much, honestly.
Yeah. So, stay tuned for Weird and Wacky. We're going to talk about AI slop in a minute, in a very funny article, but we'll keep going for now.
OpenAI ads, advertise in ChatGPT, because if you're using that free version, they're going to be showing you some ads. We've been talking about that for a while. It's coming. People are excited about it. No, wait. Businesses are excited about it, not people. And I will not be using ChatGPT anyway, because I use Claude. So I'm good. Either way.
Yeah, same here. It's funny how, this whole thing started out of let's take down search and everything. And it's like, well, you've just basically become search now, because you're just language-based search with ads now again, which is the same thing Google was. And
related to that too, and we should mention this too for our marketing folks out there, ChatGPT, I think last week created a partnership with Yelp. And so Yelp reviews are going to weigh very heavily in local business chats for finding things. And Yelp has been on the struggle bus for a hot minute. And so this is potentially going to revitalize Yelp in a lot of ways. So it's fascinating.
Do you think, or is now Yelp going to be the new farm where people put fake reviews and all that stuff? I mean, I already feel like there's fake reviews on there, so I don't.
Yeah, maybe. But they're forcing people back into it's making it relevant again. Whereas Google reviews has been the thing forever because everybody uses Google. Right. But now that everybody doesn't use Google, you got to have something. So now you're going back to different modalities and different things you have to do, and it's a pain in the butt. So
yeah. And it's interesting. Yeah.
All right. Is it my turn?
No, I think it's me. Next up, private Claude chats exposed in Google and Bing search results.
But it wasn't necessarily Claude's fault. Let's just be clear.
No, well, a little bit. Not
is it
completely,
though?
But a little bit maybe. So first of all, you had to have a chat and you had to hit the share button.
Correct.
So that it published it. And then
you
made
shared
it
public.
With somebody. Made it public.
Yes.
And you shared it with somebody.
Right.
They have a robots.txt file that keeps the robots from indexing those, but some of the robots don't follow that. And you have to have a no index tag on the page, which they didn't, which presumably they do now. So they technically, didn't do all the things that they should have, but the engine shouldn't have also scraped all that.
Yeah.
But this just kind of goes to show you again that if you do some of these things in a AI agent, there's a chance it's going to show up somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, when I'm using Claude, I will go through and delete chats sometimes, especially if I'm asking about something. I'm like, okay, this is irrelevant to anything else I'm ever going to do. I don't need you to remember this in the future. And if I forgot to do it in incognito mode, I use incognito regularly when it's just quick, short things that don't impact anything else. that I don't need it to learn from those questions for future things.
Like when you ask it, like, what are some cool hipster hairstyles I could try out?
100%.
Like, that's when you're doing it. Yeah. See, that's a good one.
What would be a cool fedora for me to buy, Adam?
Listen, I got you, man. I got you covered. Listen, you tell me when you want it. Tell me your hat size. I'll have it shipped to you right now. I'll have it ordered before we finish this recording if you need me to.
I honestly don't think I could pull off the fedora like you can.
I very much disagree. I think you'd look very chic. Very chic. So I vehemently disagree with that statement.
I think two of us wearing fedoras would make like the Tech Talk Y'all podcast, the Fedora Y'all podcast.
That's probably true.
Then it would be weird.
I'm still here for it. Yeah. All right, moving on. And actually, I'm going to skip the next article. This is the same thing.
Yeah.
So LG to ban residential proxies from smart TV apps. So if I read this right, was it you would install an app on your LG TV and then you would opt into something, probably never having read it, and then they would essentially sell that processing capacity for somebody else to use on the internet for something else, and your TV's like processing crap that you don't even know about. Did I read that right?
Basically, yes. So what essentially these companies have built, and I've seen some of these, it's very interesting. It's a VPN, but using home-based machines, which make it basically impossible to detect because it's coming from individual people's homes. So people would use that for, say, like, I don't know, getting around geo-blocking of Netflix and things like that.
Right.
Presumably some of these are for testing for businesses that want to test their website to see how they perform in different places.
Right.
But basically, that's what it was. Like, you're adding this game on your LG TV. You can have the free version with ads, or you can opt into this other thing that has no ads. And you know, people, they're not going to read the thing of what that means. Like, give me the no ad version. And the no ad version has this basically proxy that then is using your processing on your TV as well as your internet connection. And people were not realizing it. So
I'm glad that they're banning that. That seems like a good choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, next up, a story that's really close to home because that had happened actually right here in Atlanta. Graphene OS duress pin could land a man in prison. So one of the folks that is a part of the Stop Cop City campaign here, which is the big cop training facility in the city of Atlanta, was coming through on an international flight, and he was stopped, presumably because of child pornography, which this individual has said he's never been involved with, but it's really because they wanted his data off of his phone for the other people that were involved in that protest. And so instead of giving the Customs and Border Patrol people his correct PIN number, he gave the duress PIN number, which they then typed into the phone, which made the screen flash a couple of times and then wipe itself. And so now they are charging him with destruction of property in an official case like this.
It's his own property. He wasn't under freaking arrest.
Yeah.
They have no business looking at his phone in the freaking first place. They didn't have a warrant for that.
Nope.
What the heck, man?
Well, but they claim they don't need a warrant because you're crossing an international border. So that's the thing, right? So first of all, awesome that Graphene has this. I wish I had Graphene on my phone. I don't, because it only is supported on certain phones like the Pixel phones from Google. It's not supported on Samsung phones. But also, I think it's a good point that you shouldn't carry stuff with you if you're concerned about this kind of stuff. Wipe it before you land in the U.S. and restore it after you get through customs. Is what you need to be doing.
I think your takeaway and my takeaway are very different. Like, your takeaway is like, it'd be really cool to have Graphene OS on my phone. My takeaway is, I live such a suburban life that I have no possibility of having anything on my phone that would ever require me to wipe my phone. Like I could literally hand anyone my phone. Like, here, look at everything. Like, there's like, it's like, there's some sunset pictures, like it's so profoundly boring that like, I would never, so I don't know. Does that mean I'm not adventurous enough, or I don't know what that means? But,
I think you're underestimating it, because I think there's probably a lot of stuff that's in there that if you really dug into it, you'd be like, oh, I don't really want to like text between you and your wife, or access to your banking, or all kinds of stuff.
That requires like extra PIN codes and extra logins anyway. Like all that's locked down. My password manager's locked down.
Not necessarily. Once they have your phone unlocked, then there's ways to hack some of this stuff, and they can get access.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, they can read the text between me and my wife. It's all kid related and who's picking up who when, and like there's nothing fun there. So it's like it's very tactical and checking in on how was your day, honey. So that's what I got. So
I mean, honestly, same.
I'm a very suburban dad here. I'm cool with it,
But that doesn't mean anybody should be looking into our phones.
No, I agree. I don't want them to have access. I'm just saying. So
anyway. 100%.
All right. A missing underscore sent an innocent man to prison for 18 months. Essentially, there was a username, and the username had, I think the username they were looking for had 2 underscores in it. And then they found the username they thought was the one that had 1 underscore in it. Somehow nobody noticed there's a different number of characters in this username. And a guy went to prison for 18 months over that. And didn't discover that it was a typo until the appeal.
Yeah.
Like, how?
And they vacated the entire sentence, the conviction, everything.
But his lawyers need to be sued into the ground. Like, that's the kind of thing on day one. You're like, wait, this is the username they were looking for, and this is your username, and that's a different, it was not like there were like 40 characters. It was like 12 characters. It's not that hard.
I could see it. It's 2 underscores right next to each other, and then it became 1. Like, you could see how it's easy to miss potentially.
I guess.
But I think the blame should obviously fall more on the police and the detectives and those folks and the prosecutors than it should on the defense, because it's their fault. They did wrong. Somebody typed it in wrong.
Yeah, instead of copying and pasting or something.
Instead of copying and pasting it,
Yeah.
And so,
it's crazy, man.
I wouldn't blame the service provider, because they looked up the username that you said and gave it to you. But it is quite crazy. And I think it shows you, like, maybe don't use usernames that are similar to other people's usernames or something, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the lesson is out of that one.
I don't know what the lesson is in that, other than hire a good lawyer.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, definitely. That spell checks and checks each character on each of the things. So, but something you don't need to hire, because now it's included. Firefox 153 brings native containers to the browser. So
this feels a little too late to me, but okay.
Okay. I mean, they've had containers for a long time, the multi-account containers.
Yeah.
And I had the extension, and it's funny because about a week before this announcement came out, I was like, oh, let me try containers again. So I added the extension back in, and I've been using it. You know what? I actually do really like containers. And now I like the fact that they built it into the base of Firefox, because I think now it's going to be supported more widely across extensions and everything. I will say that all the features and settings of multi-account containers, the extension, are not yet fully available in Firefox directly. So if you want some of those, you still need the extension. But I would recommend going and doing that, because look, it has made it so easy. Like, if you're logging into like a financial services provider, like a bank or a credit card, and you have multiple logins because you have multiple people in your family, you can log in to multiple of the same site, at the same time in the same browser in different containers. And so I do really, really like that. The cookie protection bit doesn't matter as much to me, because I use the cookie delete and, all this kind of stuff. But being able to, at least for me, like, we've got TogetherLetters, I've got other things. And sometimes I need to be logged into Vercel for TogetherLetters and then also for other side projects. Now I can just have 2 different tabs and just switch back and forth, and everything is isolated. And I don't have to keep logging in and out of things. So it's really kind of nice. So
yeah, that's good to know.
It's kind of awesome.
All right. Other potentially awesome tech. Jack Dorsey made an open source Slack for humans and agents. I thought there was already an open source Slack called like Fast Rocket Chat or something.
I don't know about that one.
in addition to that, cool.
There's one called Mattermost that I'm feeling like I'm going to try it at some point. But
Okay.
yeah, I heard about this. And Mattermost is not specifically for agents, but this is specifically for agents. It's called Buzz. And I think the website's like buzz.xyz because buzz.com was probably gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so, so apparently you can have your entire AI team and regular humans in there, just chatting and talking and doing stuff.
That's handy. Okay.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know where this is going to go. Maybe not. We'll see. Interesting thing is that you run it locally as well. So it's it's something that you download. Jack Dorsey's been on this big kick of that kind of stuff, which I
like distributed networks kind of thing.
Yeah,
Blue
like,
Sky and all that stuff.
BitChat was another one that I think he did. The Bluetooth based chatting protocol. So I think more and more stuff is going that way. And so I think it's pretty interesting. So
yeah, for sure.
We will see. Something else that's going more and more one way and not in the way that you hope. Framework's premium laptop is shipping with less RAM. The RAM.
I'm assuming that's because it's so expensive now, right?
That's exactly
that's got to be the reason.
Yeah. So they took pre-orders for the new laptop, the 13 Pro, and the numbers came back from their RAM provider and it wasn't pretty. So they were like, yeah, we're going to have to change your pre-orders to either lower your RAM if you don't want to pay more, or you can pay more and get the RAM that you wanted. So it is tough out there. What's been fascinating though, is in the last few days, the stock prices of a lot of these RAM companies, memory companies, has just tanked, which I don't really understand what is happening in that space, but because demand is still high.
Speaking of things tanking, have you seen the last stock price I looked from SpaceX is isn't it tanking. well below its IPO? I think
it is well below. I'm going to look it up as we're talking.
I wonder if people realize like, oh, they don't actually make any money. Why are they valued this high? Maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
As we are speaking right now, as of this very moment, it is $108.21. The high just a couple of weeks ago was $225, and I think it IPO'd at $150 or $175. It is well below at this point.
And there's some investors out there that sold off a bunch of stuff to buy into it.
I know.
At the IPO, I'm like, I don't know what y'all were thinking, man. Like
so the week of the IPO, I was with a bunch of folks and they were high-fiving each other for getting in on the IPO. They were like, I got 5 shares and I got 10 shares and all this. And I was like, I think you guys are idiots.
Well, I mean, unless they sold it at $225.
Yeah.
Hopefully they did, but
I don't think they did. I think they were trying to ride it to the moon and I think they crashed in the ocean instead. So we'll see. I've heard that there is some talk that if it hits $75 a share, it basically values all the AI stuff at zero at that point. So, which I don't know if that's far from probably reality, because we'll have to see. Yeah.
All right, Stripe in talks to buy AI model marketplace open router. I think it was 10 million. Is that what I saw the number? 10 million?
No, it's way more than that. I think it's billions.
It might have been 10 billion.
Yeah. They're making good money.
And what is open router again? Like,
I'm a huge open router. I'm surprised I haven't actually used it as a tech rec before, but basically it's a place where you can get an API key and then switch between all different kinds of models. They have some free models, they have paid models, Anthropic's on there, ChatGPT's on there, or OpenAI's on there. I think all the models, the Chinese models are there, other models are on there. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, and you can just kind of switch back and forth and pay by token. Honestly, it works really well. Here's the bonus tech rec right here for you. If you are in the game for doing this kind of stuff, so you can get an account on OpenRouter and get an API key. If you get an API key straight off the bat, don't put any money in, you get up to, I think it's 100, no, it's 10, 50, that's what it is. 50 queries a day on their free models. So they've got a bunch of free models, and some of them are really, really good free models. But if you put $10 into your account, you get 1,000 queries a day against those APIs. You don't even have to use the $10, or even if you use up the $10, you don't have to refill it back up. It's just once you've put in $10, then it's 1,000 queries a day against the free models. And I've been using some of the free models like Laguna and some of the others. They're really good.
Okay,
and
interesting.
you're not having to pay for them. And so if you're using something that can orchestrate against multiple models, this might be your way to getting some bonus usage. So
that's good to know.
I don't really understand this play of why Stripe wants to buy them, other than maybe a lot of AI, processing of transactions.
Probably because they want a valuation through the roof, like everybody else. If you add AI to the end of your name,
Stripe AI. But their valuation is already through the roof, and they have no ideas about going public or doing anything else like that. I mean, they're a huge company. They're involved in basically every transaction you do on the internet nowadays.
Yeah, they are. It's pretty magical.
I don't know. It's crazy. Something else that's crazy, the secret Trump administration battle to fight Chinese AI.
Because open source AI from China is coming for us, and way cheaper and undervaluing Anthropic.
Yeah.
And OpenAI.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been using Minimax. I've been using GLM. I've been using Kimi as of recently.
Yeah, that was specifically listed in the article.
Yeah.
Kimi, yeah. It's the same problem with that's the same reason we don't have Chinese cars, Chinese EVs.
Yeah. Oh, because Chinese the data. EVs so that honestly, that one I get a little bit better. The open source models, I don't honestly, because people, not me, but people that are smart, have gone into these models and figure out if there's backdoors and things like that. I don't worry about a lot of that stuff because somebody way nerdier than me has figured that stuff out. So,
man, that's impressive.
and I think there's a lot of really interesting models. I just recently started using Ornith, ORNITH, which is a open source coding model. It was trained on some of these other models as well. It's relatively small. I think it's 30 or 40 gigs. In size, and it works really, really well, and it beats some of the bigger models. I think the speed of development because of these open source models has helped not only on the open source side, but I think honestly on the closed source side as well.
That's right.
I think, and I don't know if we tagged an article about this, but just yesterday, OpenAI dropped their pricing on some of their newer, bigger models. And it's because of this pricing pressure that's happening with some of these open models, Chinese or not. And I think that's good for productivity. I think that's good for innovation. And I think it's good for all of us as consumers. So there you go.
All right, last one in this segment. Then we got another segment because we got a lot for you today. And then we got Weird and Wacky. So don't leave before Weird and Wacky because that's going to be a good one. France joins global move toward restricting social media for children. Cool. I give you a thumbs up for a good effort.
100%. I just don't know how you're going to enforce it and all that stuff, but
cool. You do you, man.
I agree.
Do you.
I agree. This is a good thing.
It's fine.
We should do that more.
Yeah.
Something we shouldn't do more of, and I'm going to read the first two because they kind of go together because they're both funny.
Please do.
The U.S. government just banned Roombas. We'll tell you more about that in a second. But also, United Airlines bans humanoid and animal-like robots from all flights. So the U.S. government, you probably saw the news that they are banning humanoid robots that are foreign-made because we don't need some, army of robots that can get taken over from somewhere else, taken over our country. Okay, I get that.
That's fair.
But in the description of all that stuff, it also defines things like Roombas. And
because it maps locations and stuff, right?
And it has cameras. And part of it goes back to that article that we talked about a while back where the guy found the exploit and opened up visibility into tens of thousands of cameras on people's vacuum machines. So,
well, I mean, it's kind of like the DJI ban too. They had a DJI drone ban for the same reason. The DJI, they didn't want DJI drones flying all over the US, even though DJI drones are the best drones on the market. Which is interesting too. I don't know if whatever happened with that ban. I don't remember if it got lifted or not. But I mean, I think we do have to be careful about the electronics that we let in that can map and do things like that. I mean, I think there's caution there. This might be a step too far. I do think United Airlines banning humanoid and animal-like robots is a smart move. I think it would be very hard. I mean, and they said it was mainly because of the large lithium-ion batteries in them, which I think is smart just because of that alone. But I think there's other nuances to that could be just terrifying. I mean, the sheer power of a humanoid robot is significantly stronger than a human. You put that thing in the hold of a jet. I mean, there's no reason it couldn't punch a hole in the hull of the jet, you know, sort of thing, possibly. So I think it's smart on a number of levels.
Yeah, and there's a video in one of these articles about the humanoid that they, bought a ticket for, and it rode a Southwest flight. And then after that, Southwest banned humanoid robots on the flight because, I mean, rightly so. First of all, like, you don't need to be flying with that thing. First of all, but then, also to your point, it could take over. Like, it could overpower people very easily.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
what are you going to do? Punch it? Like, you basically got to have a can of oil and spray that down. So then it just slips around. If that's a callback to
you got a Three Stooges. You got to Three Stooges the crap out of that thing.
Exactly.
Everybody knows during the robot uprising, the people that have watched the Three Stooges are the people that are going to win the war. That's all you need to know.
We need to remake an episode of the Three Stooges, and with one of the Stooges being a robot.
Yes.
And then that'll be like,
obviously.
And then that'll be like the documentary, like, film to teach people how to fight against the robots.
Perfect. I think we have our premise. Let's do that.
I think so. Yeah. I think one of
these... a Netflix documentary. Ooh, do you know anybody on Netflix? Let's talk to them.
We could find somebody, I'm sure.
Okay.
There's no way they wouldn't want to buy this. I mean, come on.
Who wouldn't want to buy this?
Exactly.
It's me.
It's you, yeah.
London Gatwick introduces robot parking service. So you drive your car into like a little cabin and you just park it, take your keys with you, and like a little robot slides up under your wheels and lifts your car up just enough off the ground to like be able to move your car around.
Yeah.
And then like on like little dollies for the wheels, and then it just drives your car, goes and parks it wherever. Like, and it can park them way closer together because there's no human getting in or out of your car, so you can put them way closer together. And then it tracks your flight, so it knows when you're about to land and just goes and pulls your car out for you, sticks it in the cabin, lets you know what cabin it's in, just go get in your car. This is like, why have we not been doing this for 10 years? Like, really, why? Why have we not done this?
It is fantastic. And then you never have to worry about your car getting dinged up by somebody like bashing it with their door or anything else like that, right? Like, it's fantastic. Atlanta Hartsfield Airport just opened up a ginormous new parking facility,
like the West End or whatever it's called. Yeah,
no, not the West End, on the South Side. It's like it's huge. This thing, and they closed down the old one that you used to be able to park in because I presumably they're going to redo that now. Yeah, but they should redo that with this. Like, you could get a lot more
cars,
kind of density because of that. Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah.
Next up, researchers build a low visibility drone that uses motion blur. This is kind of neat, honestly.
It's so cool, man.
Yeah. It just spins really fast and it kind of disappears. Now, it makes a ton of noise, but I think it's an interesting research development, right? Like, that's a good idea.
And the blades spin one way and the body counter spins the other way. Right. And that's what keeps it stable in the spinning motion, because the human eye, like, kind of like a blur, like a propeller, like you can't see it, like it becomes semi-invisible because of that, which is pretty neat. I mean, I'm looking at a photo here and like it looks like it's hard to tell. It's almost like an apparition, like a ghost. Like we can mess with some people with this. That's what we could do.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
It could be flying over your house right now. I don't know. Maybe I've got one. Yeah.
All right. Airbus A350 flies 24 hours nonstop from Australia to France, subtitle from Adam, and all of the passengers hated themselves.
I don't think there was any passengers on this. It was a test flight.
Okay. Well, that's better.
But that is a long time to be in a metal tube. And that is a long, long flight. But then again, if you're going from Australia to France, it's probably a long flight anyways, right?
I mean, we've both done some long flights, but that feels profoundly long right there. So yeah, I'm not a fan, but if somebody wants to do it, that's cool for them, I suppose.
Time for the Weird and Wacky segment.
Abominable snowman.
He's not an axe murderer.
One of the TAs turned out to be a bot.
I think we might have to rename this segment Weird and Wacky and Dum-Dums. White House teleprompter operator investigated over alleged Kalshi trades. So this White House teleprompter operator was making bets, allegedly, based on what the president was going to say in these speeches on the Kalshi market, and made, what was it, like $400,000, something like that?
I have thoughts. First of all,
Okay.
Even being the teleprompter person with the speech on the teleprompter, being willing to gamble what that dude's going to say, that's impressive. Okay. First, like, cause that dude, you never know what he's going to say. First, okay,
that's true.
That's secondly, and I feel like I've said this at least 2 or 3 times now. If you've got insider knowledge and you're going to go on Kalshi, you need to remove yourself from that a little by for some degrees and get a buddy. Like, come on, guys. Like, y'all don't even know how to cheat the system. Like, what are you doing? Like, did you not learn critical thinking in school? Do you not know this is what is happening?
And you got to do it through like multiple people, not just one.
Yeah.
Because you can't have just one buddy, then that's...
brothers, uncles, cousins, roommate.
Well, but no, like every bet should be a different person. Like you should have a posse. I don't know why we're giving these people better ideas of how to avoid.
They're
detection.
not. Listen, those people aren't listening to this podcast. I can say that right now.
True.
So yeah, that's
true.
The people listening to this podcast, they would do it right. That's
they would do it right, but they would also not do it. And
that's also true. But if they were gonna do it,
this is how they do it.
Yeah.
So maybe they are doing it, and we just don't know because they're not getting caught because they did it right.
Oh my gosh! All right, next up, quote unquote, drawing the Mona Lisa with GPT 5.6, Claude, Gemini, and Grok.
Did you see the pictures?
I actually did not. No, I missed the pictures. Let me go pull this up right now.
Hilarious.
Okay.
And the worst one? Do you want to guess which one has the worst one?
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What am I looking at here? Like
Grok's pictures. What is even happening?
Grok has got to be on some kind of crack. Like that's like that. Like they all are really bad though.
But even like the clean ones, like the the horizon and the silhouette, like the other ones are okay, maybe. Grok's is like, what are you smoking, dude?
I will say, Starry Night. They did much better with Starry Night than they did with Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Grok still underperformed massively. It looks like an elementary school child did the Grok ones for sure.
I mean, the Grok one for Starry Night, it's white on the background. It's not even dark. It's how is that night? I don't understand.
Did you see the prompt? It's the prompt that was an elderly fisherman's weathered face, warm late afternoon sun, deep wrinkles and stubble. Gemini 3.6 looks like it saw a freaking ghost. Like that is terrifying. Like if I woke up and that picture was in front of me, I'm wetting the bed and then I'm leaving the room as fast as possible.
It's like Patrick Swayze from Ghost as an old man.
It's way worse than that. Patrick Swayze was a good looking dude. That guy's terrifying. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you right now, wow. I'm a little dumbfounded by how bad
the rose ones. Like, why does Grok have these like swirly background things when all the others are like, okay, a dark background, we understand what that means. And also the petals, the leaves on the flower are like upside down in the Grok one versus like how you normally draw it.
I feel like Grok is like, if you say to like Chat GPT, you're like, a single red rose in a glass vase against dark background. And Grok hears, a single red rose, and it just like makes up something. It's like it doesn't understand what you're saying. That's what happens.
It's like the teacher from Charlie Brown. It's you can't understand it, and that's that's what Grok is. The teacher from Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I can't even.
Speaking of teachers from Charlie Brown, last up. Politician reads AI prompts during assembly. So this politician, I think it's Canadian, right? I think it was in Canada.
It wasn't US, but it was great.
He's reading, and then as he's not even thinking about what he's reading, he reads out, and here is this, again, in a more prose version or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, clearly, this is somebody just copy and pasted from AI, and you're reading it.
And you're dumb enough to read it.
And you're dumb enough. How is this person elected to office?
Is
what I want to know.
Yeah.
I could do a better job than that.
I'm telling you, technical knowledge for politicians is going to be a critical thing in the next 10 years. And we're never going to get there. It's terrifying. It's terrifying how profoundly technically illiterate the political population is.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
And especially, I think, the younger ones now because of AI. So I don't know. You got to find the gems in the rough there.
We need to get some Gen Xers up in there, tearing some things up.
I agree.
So yeah,
we're pre-AI.
So those pre-AI Gen Xers, it's gonna be great. We're gonna burn it down.
Tech wreck, time to get your tech wreck.
Tech wreck. Chicky.
Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
All right, Sanjay, tech wreck time. What do you got for us?
So I have got this fun little thing that you can use if you're making signs and you're worried about AI. It's called decoy font. It's a true type font that hides what you type. And so, it's literally a font that you can use. And if AI scans it, it doesn't scan the real words because they're blurry behind the words. And it will think the thing says something that it doesn't say. So if you are making something that you don't want to have AI figure out what it says, you can use this font to fool it.
Yeah, okay.
It's crazy. And it actually does work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the example and it took me a while to see this human font. The robot, the AI font was easy. It's kind of hard to see the human font.
Yeah, you kind of got to step back from it a little bit.
Oh, if you squint really good, you can see it.
If you squint or you step back, it works if it's smaller. Like these are really big on the page.
Yeah, okay.
So it's hard to see the real words.
But you can see it perfect if it's really small. Weird. So blown up, it looks, maybe that's the point. At 100%, it's really hard to read, but if you take it down to 10%, it's perfectly readable.
Perfectly readable.
Weird.
But for the AI, not readable at all. It reads those funny fonts in front of it. So
I've seen a lot of hidden font things that say other funny things about political people. But that's not this. So I'll let that one go.
Yeah. This is interesting. So if you're making a sign and you don't want people taking pictures and putting it in AI, you could use this.
Interesting. Okay. Good to know.
It's an interesting quirk right now. I don't know how long this lasts for. If AI vision models will get better,
long. It doesn't last
solve
long,
this,
but it's cool. Yeah,
but it's interesting. And so if we need to write notes and stuff and make sure the AI doesn't know about how we're planning to shut it down, you could use decoy font, and then your plans will be safe at least for now. So there you go.
That. Okay.
What about you, Adam? What do you got for us this week?
So I've got something super nerdy, which is Supabase, which is basically just a database platform. You can sign up for it. They've got pretty robust free accounts, and I'm recommending it because I think I'm about to use Lovable to rebuild my entire personal CRM and networking system. And while Lovable has Supabase baked into it by default, I think I want to use my own Supabase account so that if I ever move away from Lovable, I still have all my data. I've got my full data warehouse of everything, And so I've set up my free account and I'm going to tie Lovable into it. And then I can also tie Claude into it. So Claude can speak to it via API and get stuff out of it. And so I can tie various tools into this one database and then use this one database as sort of my main sort of working brain for my networking and things like that. So that's kind of what I'm going to use it for. It's a great tool, very, very cheap, very free. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Supabase is great. I think some of those online database tools like Supabase and Neon have made doing some of these things so much easier. It's not like the days of spinning up a database on Amazon and dealing with Aurora and all those things.
It's the worst. Yeah.
This is just seconds, really.
Yeah.
To
Literally.
set something up. I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
All right, Sanjay, how can our listeners find and connect with you?
They can find me at sanjaypark.com. What about you, Adam?
AdamJWalker.com. You can go there and, find my last blog post that was forever ago. And Yeah, I'm trying to post on LinkedIn more. So I've posted some thoughtful stuff on LinkedIn lately. I think that's good. So,
I did finally publish my blog post about the penny and privacy and all that stuff. So
I saw that, and then I thought, oh, I need to come back and read that, and then I totally forgot to come back and read that. So I need to do that.
It happens. It's a little long because I had a lot in there. I kind of mulled on it for a long time and then added more stuff in, and I think it's good. I think it's useful. I had one person reach out and say, I'm glad I read this whole thing. It made me think. So I think that's a win.
That's a win.
Dun, dun, dun.